Dartmouth Community Media, your source for all things Dartmouth, is proud to present the high school athletics game of the week as the homestanding boys varsity Indian basketball team play host to the visiting Greater New Bedford Voc-Tech Bears here in a non-conference tilt at the Carlin Lynch Activity Center on senior night. Hello again, everyone. Ian Abreu back in the saddle with my friend and broadcast partner, Derek Baptiste. Derek, it's senior night here tonight, and it's always a great occasion to honor the young men and women, and we had honored the young women last week for their years of service here for the basketball program. Here tonight, it's time to honor the boys.
I think it's, for these guys that play 4 years of high school basketball and you go through youth leagues and, to play your last high school basketball game, this is very, it should be very emotional. It should be very, uplifting, to know that you made it through. A lot of kids, there's probably a lot of kids. There's only 3 seniors on this team, so just imagine what they started with freshman year, and these are the guys that made it through. So, that's a plus in itself.
There will be two seniors.
Oh, two seniors.
Two seniors, but there'll be a couple of cheerleaders who are seniors honored here this evening. But you'll have Will Kelly, Derek, who did not play at all this year because he had injured himself on Thanksgiving Day football for the Indians. But he'll still be here getting honored irregardless. And as well, we'll see the honoring of Aiden Yim, the 5'10 guard.
Sad for Will Kelly, hurting his knee right before basketball season, at the end of football season. And, you're a senior, and he's a 3-sport athlete. So, he's going to be missing a lot this year, but he had a great football season. And, he'll move on. He'll move on. He'll bounce back just fine.
So, Derek, let's talk about this thing here. The Voc-Tech Bears come in at 9-11 with 2 games left. The Dartmouth High Indians come in at 8-10 with 2 games left. Pretty simple math for the Indians. They have to win tonight and then win later on this week against Bridgewater Rainham to get to 10-10. They have to run the table to get into the postseason. Same thing for the Voc-Tech Bears, Derek. They have to win one of their last 2 games to get to 10 so they can get in. The math is pretty simple.
It's a win or go home right now. This is the tough time of the season. This is the time of the season when you look back at a couple of games and you say, if we made a few more foul shots here, if we made a couple of more jump shots here, if we made a couple of different decisions right there. Right now, it's do or die right now. Guys, it's either you're going to win or you're going to go home.
I think it's a nice touch to see Will Kelly dressed up in his basketball uniform tonight, not in civilian clothes, to give him the send-off he deserves.
That's what's up, man. He gets to take his last picture in his uniform. I think that's a good gesture. He deserves it. He earned it. He earned this night. I think they all have. We're coming in with railing teams today. We're going to see what kind of basketball we're going to get tonight because we got 2 desperate teams, 2 desperate dogs today.
So we know quite a bit about the Dartmouth High Indians. Obviously, Derek, we've covered them all year. But on the flip side, I know you know this Voc-Tech team led by Rob Dillalow inside and out, given the fact that your son plays on the junior varsity squad. So tell us a little bit more about this team.
I don't know how I can. I feel like they're underachievers. I feel like a 9-11 record. I feel like this team could easily be, 17-4. Like that's how good this team is, and it's just not. The talent that they have and the record that they have are 2 different things. So they come in. I think they lost 6 in a row, 7 in a row. So it's been a tough time.
Rob Dillalow, of course, folks remember him as the head coach of the Bristol Community College basketball team for quite some time. Now he's coaching at the high school level. Well, Derek and I will be right back in just a few moments for the opening tip-off right here on DCTV. Stay tuned. And welcome back, friends. Just about set to tip this baby off between the visiting Bears of Greater New Bedford Voc Tech and the homestanding Dartmouth High School Indians. Ian Abreu alongside Derek Baptiste. So glad you've decided to spend part of your President's Day holiday evening with us on the live stream, or whether you are watching us on Comcast cable here in the town of Dartmouth. Well, Derek, you mentioned it during the open. We certainly have all the makings for a gritty, gutsy, high-tempo game, considering both teams are very desperate for a win.
Hopefully we see a high-tempo game. Both these teams need to get wins to get into the to get into the tournament. This is a very important time. These are two young teams. Making a tournament at this time, man, will be very big for both these programs. So, there should be a sense of urgency with what goes on today in this game.
We'll take a look at the Greater New Bedford Voc Tech starters.
Well, at guard, you're going to have Colin Fondworth. The other guy will be Dante Navito. The forward will be Tyler Dubois. The other forward will be Camden Morin, and their center will be Cerrone Reynos.
Again, led by Coach Rob Delalue in his first year at the helm at the varsity level for Greater New Bedford Voc Tech. And we'll take a look at the Indians starting five.
The guards are Aiden Smith, Dylan Gomes, Aiden Yim will start today. John Emil will start today, and of course the man in the middle, Hunter Matson.
I think that's a nice touch by head coach Mike Granfield, Derek, to give Aiden Yim the starting nod on senior night, considering he normally does not start. He comes off the bench, but sparingly, but he'll get the nod here tonight.
I think that's owed to him being here and playing 4 years and being a good teammate, and that's what it all comes down to.
And as you see on the introductions, he received the biggest hand from the capacity crowd on hand. Will now rise for the playing of the national anthem. All right, it's time to rock and roll at the Carlin Lynch Activity Center in what could be a springboard for the postseason for someone here tonight. Will it be the home team or the visitors from just down the road?
We got a lot of guys up in the house, a lot of local basketball teams, coaches watching this game. Well, everybody's coming out with it looks like business on everybody's face today. So Cerrone Ramos didn't get to start today. He usually gets to start today. Evan Mello's going to start.
It'll be Camden Morin on the tip against Hunter Madison. No surprise there, the two big men.
They want everybody to tuck their shirts in. Neatness is the key right now.
Got to look all spick and span in front of this.
Span, we want to see your waistlines.
Highly televised audience here today. The tap is controlled by Hunter, corralled by Dylan Gomes. Up to Aiden Smith, kick it right side of the arc to Yim. Down to Hunter, back to Yim. That's a three ball if it's good. No good tip, the ball is loose out of bounds. It'll remain Indian ball.
Dartmouth comes right out. They go inside out. They're trying to get Matson in the game early. Volk comes in with a man-to-man defense right off the rip.
Aiden to inbound underneath the attacking basket and completes the inbound pass to Dylan Gomes. Gomes quarterbacking the offense early here. He typically does not run point. Now he takes a baseline, gets a bump up top. Hunter, 20 on the shot clock, takes a three and makes a three. Hunter Madison, great start for the Indians.
That's going to be tough if the big man's going to be making big shots like that, making three-point shots.
Here's Novato. Left side, three, trying to answer with it was Dubois, no good. Back up top, loose ball. Another three, no good. Tipped. Can the Indians save it? They cannot. Yim tried it. Back up top, loose again. Third time's a charm for the Bears, and it's Duante Novato with the three.
Dante Novato. Dante Novato with the three-pointer. He's one of the better shooters in the area, so we can't let him get hot.
So Novato threads the twine. We're tied at three. Here's Yim. Takes it, free throw line, hop, skip, jump. Looked good off the wrist. No good. Rebound is loose on the floor. Grabbed by Dubois.
Good rebound. Good take to the hoop.
DeVito gets that bump from Aiden Smith, and Smith will be called for the foul.
You don't want to pick up a dumb foul that far from the hoop. If you're not going to steal the ball, you don't have to reach for the ball.
Aiden Smith, a very scrappy player, only a freshman. He and I have got history, you know. We'll talk about that later, maybe. I knew the name rang a bell, and we'll explain that maybe later on. Just remind me. I think we've got something in the truck.
Ian got tidbits going on.
There's a layup. The ball is loose. It goes right into the hands of Curran Farnworth. He banks it in. Volk Tech with the lead.
So it's a 5-3 lead for Volk. They're coming out in a man-to-man full court pressure.
Aiden gets his pocket picked out of bounds. It'll remain bare ball as Dubois had stripped it away.
It's funny, we're only a couple minutes in and it looks like guys are huffing and puffing already. Like we're just getting into the nitty-gritty of the game. It's supposed to be a big game. You can't be huffing and puffing this early.
Hunter on that pivot foot, a reverse layup. Nice maneuvering by the big man, just miscued. Rebound to Morin. Morin down low to Farnworth, and he'll slow it down.
Yeah, they're gonna try to work Hunter in early. He's their go-to guy.
Right side three if it's good by Novato, no good. Rebound to Gomes.
You know, for these visiting players coming into these gyms like this with these wide open backgrounds, it's very hard to shoot if you're not used to it.
Here's Hunter, takes another three and makes another three. Hunter Madison. And that's why, Derek, he is so deadly. He can crash the boards, but he can also shoot the three.
Yeah, he has 2 threes. He's doing what he has to do. He's leading his team.
And answering is Camden Morin, not to be outdone. Crashes the board hard and banks it in. Volk Tech back on top. Here's Emil. Emil steps on the end line. Turnover. No,
they have an
offensive foul. Yes.
Illegal pick. Illegal screen.
On the screen. I was blocked from my view there, but it was a screen on the call. And the foul goes against Aiden Yim, his first personal. Here's Farnworth, crosses that timeline, finds Morin. Morin all the way to the goal, and it's good.
Morin's coming in. He's their best all-around player. If he keeps his head, then he's going to be tough to stop. So, and he's athletic.
Emil, nice ball handling by the big man, showing he can get it done. Laterals it to Hunter. Hunter back up top to Aiden on that lateral. Looks for a
high
pick.
Screen roll.
And there it is. Aiden, dump off.
Good
Yin.
kick to the corner.
A 5-foot floater, no good. Rebound by Gomes. No good, gets his own rebound. Shot up top. We're going to get a foul, but it's on the floor, not in the act of shooting. It will not be a 2-shot free throw for Dylan Gomes. And that'll be the first team foul against the Bears. And the personal will go against Evan Mello. Is Dylan.
That's a strong move by Dylan right there, man. Putting the shoulder down. Got to Volk is out and running.
All alone in transition, and it's good. DeVito, 11-6 Bears.
DeVito got 5 points, and you got 6 with Morin. And
Aiden trying to go coast to coast. A circus-like shot, no good. But Hunter is there to pick up the garbage, and he taps it home. 11-8. Again, a one-possession ball game.
It's Volk 11, Hunter 8.
3 ball in the corner by Nevito, no good. Rebound to Emil. That's right, Derek. It's been the Hunter Madison show.
They're going to have to find something more than just Hunter if they're going to win this game.
Aiden gets that high pick. The two of them on a give and go. Smith, 3 ball, no good. Yim was there for the rebound, or to catch the air ball, I should say, and he had his pocket picked by Dubois.
Yim's been coming in with some good energy.
He is a high-energy player off the bench.
He's playing hard, man. And senior night, he knows this. He ain't got many of these nights left.
DeVito gets his pocket picked now by Smith, and the Indians have numbers in transition. Dylan, yes. It's a 1-point ball game, 11-10.
Gomes out on a fast break. They're moving the ball up. Get the ball to the middle of the floor to Yim. They're in a 2-3 zone right now.
Here's Farnworth. Free throw line, dump off, left side, 3 ball, splash. Tyler Dubois, it's good. It's 14-11 Volk.
Good ball movement. You got to, when you're in a zone like that, you can't just sit still. You have to move your feet. You have to get out to the wings. Everybody got to move. You got to move together.
That 3 by Dubois, you could just tell that was going in right off the shoot.
Yeah. You can see right off his wrist, they look good.
Aiden, a floater. Back iron, tries to get his own rebound. We get a tie-up down low on the floor. We're going to get a jump ball called, and the arrow will go to the Bears, however, because remember, the Indians won the opening tip.
So it's Volk ball. Got a couple new guys coming into the game for Volk.
And we have Elijah Montero on the Indian side. He'll come in for Aiden.
Jake Chiquito and Elijah Montero.
And Jake Chiquito. Chiquito, another high-energy player that comes off that bench. And Yim and Gomes will take a seat.
And the quarterback, Cam Lynch, comes in for Volk. Good move.
Nice maneuvering, trying to go all the way to the rim. No good on the layup attempt by Morin, but he is hacked on the way to the rim, and he'll draw a pair of shots at the charity stripe. The foul will go against Madison. That's his first personal. Take a look at that last foul.
Morin gets it in the middle, sets a ball fake, and then just drives to the hoop. Hunter got there early, but with the follow through, that's where the foul came in. Morin hit 2 foul shots today. He played against Wareham the other day, man, and missed them. He missed a ton of key foul shots that would have put the game away. That would have kept them in that one.
Here's Aiden with 2:10 to go in this opening frame. 16-10, Volk on top. Chiquito, an open lane to the hoop. A wild and wild and far shot there on the layup, but the rebound is grabbed by Hunter, and he banks it in, 16-12.
Let me help you out, guys.
And Hunter was there. I didn't even know what to call that.
That's good. We'll call that preferred mutual. Because he's like insurance. No matter what they do, they got insurance down there.
Circus-like shot there was missed by
Ooh, that's a
Dubois,
travel.
and the rebound goes over in transition. Here's Smith to Hunter. Hunter, free throw line, leaves it off. Nice dump off the layup is up and good by John Emile. It's now a 2-point game, 16-14, and here's Farnworth.
I think this is where they're going to start using their size. I think that Volk took a lot of their size out, took a lot of their main players out the game.
Here's Emile. Off the backboard, no good. Hunter tries to tip it, so does Chiquito, but it's grabbed by Matthew King. And King's pass is ear-mailed over the head of Camden Moore, and much to the dismay of head coach Rob Delalue, it'll be Indian ball.
One-hand passes, throwing cross court. Guys don't keep their... What happened to keeping your eyes up? What happened to keeping your head up, and, you know, when you're dribbling?
Here's Elijah Montero.
They're running pick and roll all over the place, and then they'll send Hunter
Chiquito,
to the block.
down low. Burgo, shot, no good. Rebound loose on the deck. We're going to get another jump ball, but this time the Tribe will get the ball.
It'll stay with Dartmouth. It's a pretty clean game, though. Only 4 personal fouls in this quarter. Everybody's, you know.
Chiquito to inbound under the Volk defending basket. Over to Hunter. Spinorana. No good. Rebound grabbed by Farnworth.
A lot of bodying going on down there. They're letting the bigs play today. Is it going to be consistent, though?
All right, here's Farnworth, top of the key, bouncing it over to King. Back over to Farnworth on the give and go. Draws 2 defenders. Finds Dubois. Baseline. Pass intercepted by Emile.
The problem is Volk puts this lineup in. They have no shooters in the lineup. I think that Dartmouth got to use their size.
It's 5 seconds. Chiquito up top. Emile takes a 3 at the buzzer. No good. And the rebound layup is up and good by Elijah Montero, but well after the buzzer had sounded. So after 1 quarter of play, the visiting Volk Tech Bears are on top by 2 at 16-14. Stay tuned. Derek and I will be right back for second quarter action very shortly. All right, Cameron Lynch to inbound right in front of our table here. Second quarter action underway. Ian Abreu alongside Derek Baptiste. Derek, thoughts on that first quarter? It was really tough to gauge any momentum.
Yeah, it was clean. What they're going to try to do is they're going to try to, you know, it was Hunter Matson, you know, against a balanced attack by Volk, and I think that Volk's going to have to get up and run, and you know, Dartmouth's going to have to find somebody other than Hunter.
Morin with a drop off on the right side. A 10-foot jumper by Farnworth, no good. Rebound to Hunter. Hunter's pass high and wide, but it's saved by Emile just as it was about to go into the Volk bench. Heads up play by John.
Yep, he actually had to hustle that one down.
Burgo, nice move by the big man, and it's good. But what made that play, in my opinion, was the no-look dump off by Emile.
I think the driving kick, we had a special guest star. Ryan Smith came to the table.
Well, he's still smiling after his Rams won the Super Bowl.
For his Rams winning the Super Bowl. Jeez, the last thing I needed was Ryan Smith's Rams to win the Super Bowl.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, but the driving kick, I think with the size, that's why Volk went to Saron Ramis, which I don't know. I don't know what the problem was today where he didn't stop, but You know, that's where a lot of the beef is. And if they're playing a 2-3 zone, you know, you play 1-3-1,
DeVito
move the
to
ball.
King. Back and forth between DeVito and King. Have to hurry up, 7 on the shot clock. Here's King, back to DeVito. The two are just playing a give and go here, and we're going to get an offensive foul.
You know, it's just bad offense. It makes it easy for Dartmouth's defense when everybody's just standing above the three-point line, passing it back and forth. You need a little bit of movement. You need to get the ball to the middle of the floor so that guy in the middle can find your wings and can find your guy on the low block.
Here's Chiquito, up top to Smith. Right side, Elijah. Back over to Smith. Chiquito thought about a three, gets his pass stripped away, bounces it back from Reggiani. Back over on the loose ball, now we have Montero. Over to Chiquito, takes that three. It rolls 3/4 of the way in, bounces out. Tough break for the Indians.
I think that was a good possession, though. They kept the ball moving. They didn't have to dribble into the zone. They just played ball and just kept it flowing.
A 1-on-2 layup by Morin, no good. Rebound grabbed by Chiquito, and the Indians have numbers if they hurry. Smith trying to go coast to coast, no good. But again, Hunter is there to pick up the garbage. It's not going to be an and one, but he does draw the contact on the way up. He'll shoot a pair.
You know, you throw the ball up, and you know the biggest guy in the room is going to go get the ball if you miss it. You know, it's a pleasure being a guard playing with a big guy like that, because you know that any mistake that you make going to the hoop, that this kid's going to end up grabbing your rebound anyway.
The foul will go against Jacob Reggiani.
Undersized down there.
And again, Derek, another example of the big man just owning the court.
It's just, you know, even if you box him out and he jumps straight up, it's not going over the back because he's just so much bigger than him. He has no chance.
Hunter makes 1 of 2. He just towers over everybody out there, coming in at 6'6", and lickety split. He's only a sophomore. The pass down low, trying to thread it, was Farnworth, deflected away by Smith and the Indians. Free throw line jumper by Burgo, no good. Back iron rebound to Sereno. Ramus. Cerrone, I mean. Excuse me. I meant to say Cerrone. Here's Dylan Gomes. Now coming ready to get off the bench. I can see him getting ready now. He'll be out there next. Top of the key. Here's Farnworth. Bounce it over right side. Kick ball out of bounds.
I think they got a foul on number 4.
It might have been a foul against Elijah. He did come after him. We'll see. And they will call a foul on him. It'll be his first personal. And he'll take a seat as a result. Aiden Yim will check back in. And to inbound in front of their own basket, in front of the bench of the Indians will be DeVito.
Yeah, so, you know, the problem with them is that they don't swing the ball. They have to dribble too much and instead of just moving the ball through the zone and making people move. They got a good shot there, though.
That's a good shot by DeVito, no good. And on the 3, rebound, turnaround jumper by Ramus, no good. Rebound to Smith.
That's another rebound and missed layup by Vogt. Could shoot him in the foot.
Chiquito gets that pick from Burgo. Swing it around the globe we go. And there's Burgo now going to the hoop. Shot is no good, but he's called for the travel.
Yeah, he took a few too many steps. You know, Dartmouth inched there with... Ooh.
It happens, don't worry. That's why we have that button.
I couldn't even reach it fast enough. I couldn't be in the matrix. But Dartmouth inched their way back into this game.
Nice press here by the Indians, and Rob Delalue will call a timeout, seeing that Farnworth was in all sorts of trouble. That'll be the first timeout called by the Bears here in this quarter.
Well, the first thing you want to do is when you're getting trapped is pass through the press. You don't want to dribble into the corner at half court and then just get trapped.
That's taking you to no man's land.
What? You're just asking, you're saying, hey, come here, trap me. Let me see if I can get out of this bad situation. You know, you keep the ball in the middle of the floor. You know, keep it moving so that you can have numbers and see both sides of the court.
So glad you've decided to join us here and spend part of your President's Day holiday with us. What better way than to honor the 46 United States presidents than to sit with myself and Derek Baptiste. So it's a great way to honor the presidents as we watch some great high school basketball here in a close one. The Indians are on top, 17-16 by only a point. All on the line here tonight for one of these teams. One is either going to be eliminated from postseason berth, or the other is going to clinch a seat in the postseason. Again, the Bears come in with 9 wins, 9-11. They need one more win with 2 remaining to clinch a spot. The Indians are at 8-10. They have to win out, meaning they have to win here tonight and then later on this week against Bridgewater Raynham. And Derek, that's obviously a tall order. BR is very good.
That's a tough task right there. You know what, man? But I that's a good task to have. Good
nice
giving,
dump
bro.
off, and Ramus banks it in.
No, that was Morin again.
It was Morin. You are correct.
Morin's having a heck of a game himself. He got 10 points now. 10 of, Volk's 18. Hunter Madsen got 11 of the 17 that Dartmouth has. So it's,
Burgo
it's
rejected down low by Ramus. And then we have a steal in transition. Here's Hunter, 1-on-2. What a play by Hunter Ramus around 2 Bear defenders.
Hunter Madsen, you got all the big guys. You're just calling all the big guys anybody's name right now. I don't know how he got out of that.
It was around Ramus, and Madison thinks it. Here's a chance now to the goal. The layup by Morin's no good, and the rebound grab by Smith.
That's where you're trying to get that body contact. You got to be more worried about making the layup than getting the contact. Dartmouth's taking control of it. They're working the inside out, and they're working their big man.
Burgo has the ball stripped away by Nevito. Nevito, we know he can shoot the 3. Instead, leaves it off to Dubois. Dubois bouncing it right side, back up top. He and Farnworth play a give and go. A deep 3 taken by Dubois. The shot is no good. Rebound to Burgo.
I'm watching Hunter run up and down the court. We want to make sure he don't burn out. Make sure he's in good shape for this one, because he might have to go 32.
Here's Yim back up top of the key. The pass was deflected, but re-corralled by Smith. Burgo back up top with 10 seconds to go. Hunter tries to grab it. Kicked out of bounds by Dubois. So it'll remain Indian ball. And we will get 2 new subs in for the Indians. Checking back in will be John Emile and Dylan Gomes. And Burgo and Chiquito will take a seat.
They're trying to get some fresh bodies up in there. Here comes Dylan Gomes back into the corner.
Gomes on the baseline. 4 seconds. They have to hurry up.
Smith
with a prayer. No good. The rebound to Yim. Leaves it off to Emile. His shot is blocked by Mello. But then we have Hunter. Yes. Hunter Madison again. And he extends the Indian lead to 3 at 21-18, Derek. And they don't ask you how, they ask you how many.
Yeah, well, that was a good team possession, because even when they lost the ball, guys stood with it. They kept on playing defense. As we see here, they come up. Smitty comes up with the steal, gives it off to Hunter. I'll see that for the next year.
3 ball if it's good, and it has the luck of the Irish behind it for Farnworth, and we're tied at 21. Front rimmed, found a way in the back of the net.
There must be a shooter's rim up in here.
Just like the old Boston Garden. Here's Yim.
We know it's a shooter's backboard. Volk comes out in the 2-3 zone now. So what's Dartmouth going to do? They're going to go 1-3-1. They're always looking for that down low pass.
Madison's pass intended for Gomes was deflected out of bounds. Goes off of his foot. It'll be bare ball. Nice defense that time, down low by Tyler Dubois to lock into Dylan Gomes like white on rice.
Yeah.
$1:44 to go here in the first half. We have an attempt at going coast to coast. We're going to get a jump ball called as Tyler Dubois was trying to go end to end. It'll be still Volk-Tech ball. It should be. No, it's going to be Dartmouth ball. This confusion, and it is Dartmouth ball.
Volk had it last possession. It's
well, that's why I was confused, because Volk had it last, but then Volk was going under the basket. Yeah, my instincts were correct. Here's Yim.
Finagle a bagel.
Yeah, it's okay. Whatever it takes. Here's Emile. Nice dump off. Hunter wide open, and he banks it off the window and in. Hunter Madison has been the story here in this first half for the Indians. A wild pass into all sorts of traffic. Not sure what Dubois was thinking there. Intercepted by Smith. Smith over to Yim. Smith and Yim on the give and go. Back up top to Emile. Here's Hunter, takes that three, looks good, back iron, rebound grab by Emil. Fresh shot clock if they choose, but he now hits the deck as it's stolen by Farnworth. Farnworth all alone, and it's good. Nice play by Curran Farnworth, end-to-end defense, and he finishes with the score.
This is what we expected coming into this game.
Let's take a look at that. Farnworth doing the work on the defensive end, and he's rewarded.
Yeah, well, Smith tried to get him on the in front of him, and Gomes in back of him, but he out hustled him and outran him, and
And what you saw there coming out of the replay was Evan Mello intercepting a pass for Voke, another Indian turnover, another jump ball. Nice hustle by Yim to tie him up, but it'll remain Voke ball as Yim tied up Mello.
There ain't been a lot of fouls, but there's been about 10 jump balls in this game.
So we have a 6-second
Remember
differential.
6 hands? Remember 6 hands? You know?
No,
About 6 hands.
I don't know what 6 hands
You're too young.
Too young, 36. I don't know.
47. So
47. You're getting up there, kid.
Yeah, well, I'm about to be 47.
It's a 7-second differential between shot and game clock, so no matter what happens, Dartmouth will get it back. Here's Gomes on a nice interception away from Farnworth. They have to hurry. Yim, 5 seconds. Baseline jumper, bang, with 3 seconds. Now Voke has a chance for one last shot. There's a prayer. Whoa, and Curran Farnworth almost banked it in from 3/4 away from the basket, from just about his own free throw line. That would have been something for sure. But we're going to head into the halftime break with the score. A good one here, a low-scoring affair. Dartmouth High School 25, Greater New Bedford Vogue Tech 23. Stay tuned, the second half will be sure to be a barn burner. Welcome back, friends, for the start of the third quarter and second half action here at the Carlin Lynch Activity Center between the Indians of Dartmouth High School and the Bears of Greater New Bedford Folk Tech. Locked in a very tight, heated matchup here this evening, 25-23, with the Indians maintaining a slim 1 2-point field goal lead, and it's all on the line tonight. Again, both of these teams fighting for their postseason lives, Derek, and I know you want to go through the first half stats, but we're on the, sorry. Yeah, go ahead, Derek.
On the Dartmouth side, it's Hunter Madsen. 17 points. I don't know how many rebounds he has. He has to have at least.
By the way, you got to love TV when folks, you're clearly on the air. We're doing our thing, and people will walk right up to your table and start asking you questions.
Who's the leading scorer? Oh, matter of fact, Hunter Madsen got 19. He got 19 points. Emil with 2, Yim with 2, Burgle with 2, Gomes with 2. On the Volk side, you got Morin with 10, 5 from Nevito and Farnworth, and 3 from DuBois. It's been the Hunter Madsen show so far.
Well, let's see what happens here with Aiden Smith and company getting back out onto the court for this third quarter of action. Again, the Indians maintaining that very slim 1 2-point field goal lead, and Aiden Yim will inbound right in front of us to kick things off.
Until he tucks in his shirt.
I tell you, these officials are really strict with this shirt wear today.
Got to be fresh. So
Here's Smith.
So we got a 25-23 game. Volk comes out in a 2-3 zone.
Here's Yim bouncing it to Hunter. Gives way to Smith. Over to Yim. That's a 2 if it's good, and it is.
Yim starts off the second half. They're moving the ball. They're getting into the zone, and then there's the 2.
Morin leaves it off, thinking about a 3. Instead, he'll take a shot off the glass, gets his own rebound on the layup. It's good by Tyler DuBois.
Tyler DuBois, Dan's boy. Good rebound, good putback. Smart basketball play. He's a glue guy.
Yim up top. Swing it around that
2-3 zone. You know, too many guys chase after the ball in the zone. That always
Yim.
leaves somebody open.
Blocked down low. Nice defense by Morin to reject him away. And here's Farnworth in transition. His bounce pass intercepted by Emil. He threw that right into his hand.
He throws a no-look, one-handed bounce pass with your best shooter in the corner wide open.
One he certainly would like to have back. Here's Dylan. Dylan 1-on-3. Very smartly laterals it back to Aiden. Yim back up top. Here's Aiden. Over to Hunter. Takes a deep 3, and it's good! Hunter Madison with a deep contested 3. 5-point Indian lead.
I think Dartmouth is just taking advantage of just moving the ball around. They're not taking too many dribbles. They're moving the ball. They're attacking when they have to, and then they're shooting from the wings. They're scoring all their points from either the wings or the inside. Well, Hunter's scoring all their points from either the wings or the inside.
Kick it around left side of the arc, and that's a 3. Not to be outdone, says Tyler DuBois. It's 30-28.
Volk's going to need a lot more of that.
And Dartmouth was having all sorts of trouble crossing that timeline. They finally do, but not without some drama. There's a 3 on the right side by Dylan. It's high and wide. Rebound grabbed by Morin. Morin looking to go all the way coast to coast, and it's good.
I thought he got hurt the way his body moved. It must be good to be young.
We're tied at 30. I'm pulling hamstrings like
I'm over here pulling hamstrings playing in a 35 and over league.
That's okay. I sweat opening an orange peel. Going in to end is a layup attempt by Mello. No good. Rebound put back up and good for Nevito. And it's unraveling quickly here for the Indians. Might be time for Mike Granfield to consider a timeout soon. Here's Smith. Yim up top. That's a 3 if it's good. Rattles around and out. The shot was taken by Gomes. Rebound to Morin. Here's DuBois, a deep 3. Rattles around and out. Rebound to Gomes.
Good, smart play. Dartmouth's going to slow it down right now, try to get back into it. Hunter looks exhausted. I would get a timeout here, give him a little bit of rest.
Yeah, I was just saying that. It might be time for Mike to call for something. 13 on the shot clock. Aiden, kick it around right side of the arc. Hunter Now takes a free throw line, 1-on-3. He's called for the travel, tried to draw the contact. He does, but not before he's called for steps.
We've had a clean quarter, too. No fouls been called this quarter. I think they say he traveled before the foul was hit. I think that he's trying so hard to get the contact that he just lost his feet a little bit.
Here's Farnworth finding an open DeVito in the corner. Tipped and out of bounds. Nice defense there by Chiquito. Him tipping it actually ended up going off Morin, and because it went off of Morin last and out of bounds, it'll be Indian ball, down by a bucket.
Turnovers. That's my son coming by the table right now.
Oh, no, your son's going to leave more than that for all of us. Here's Chiquito. We have a Sour Patch delivery here by Derek's son. There's big man, and it's Hunter for 2.
32-32. They're finding their guy.
Here's Nevito up top to Farnworth.
See, that's the difference between Volk right now and Dartmouth. Dartmouth is moving the ball in the zone a little bit better.
We have all sorts of drama on the floor. Farnworth, it's up and good. Count it. He'll go to the line. That's Morin with the and 1. We had all sorts of English and drama here on the floor. The ball was loose. It was picked up by Morin. Farnworth was there, and Morin is the one who banks it home. And he has the chance for the old school three-point play. The foul goes against Chiquito, and he cannot make the three-point play.
Chiquito had no chance. The 6'4" Morin backing him down. You know, it's tough with these big guys.
Stolen away. Here's Farnworth, end-to-end, steals it away from Elijah Montero, and now Volk's on a run. They're up by 4.
Well, Volk, Farnworth made up for the 2 turnovers that he just had on 2 straight possessions.
Hunter thought about a 3 up fakes,
oh,
and he's fouled on the floor. Looked like another travel to me.
I thought it was clean. I thought he got away. I thought it was kind of clean. I thought he just was expecting the hit. I think that he gets hit so much that he expects it all the time that sometimes it takes him out of his rhythm.
The foul goes against Nevito. First personal, first team foul here in the half against the Bears. Again, as Derek said, a very clean quarter. A free throw line turnaround jumper is good by Emil, and the Bears are back in this thing. Dubois now slows it down, kicks it to Farnworth. Again, the quarterback of this offense. You see him barking out the play.
I think the shooter's got to get ready to shoot so they can catch it.
Drop off, left side, 3, no good. Rebound, put back up and in. Ramus, 38-34.
Saron Ramus with a big one. They're in the press right now. You got to get it to the middle of the floor.
Smith bounces it to Emil. Emil had a shot there, I think. And instead, he opts to bounce it off. Here's Smith.
Yeah, he don't look for his shot at all.
Here's Chiquito. Excuse me, check that. Smith tried to feed it to Chiquito, but the pass was intercepted by Farnworth. And now we have Votek in transition. Turnaround, shot is up and good. Off the window, count it, and he'll go to the line. Saron Ramus, he is on fire here in this third quarter, the big man.
Another one, another big 6-footer, Jake Chiquito. You know, it's just that he ain't got the meat and potatoes to stop them big guys down there.
Foul does go against Jake. Hunter tried to help him at the end, but there was nothing doing. That's Jake's second personal.
Wait, Hunter can't do everything.
He can't do it all. He can't defend, shoot the 3, shoot the mid-range jumper, get the rebound. My Lord.
Brought his friends to the game.
Sell the hot dogs.
Corrects the test. He does everything in the school. Well, we got a 41-34 game. The Wiz fell off on Dartmouth for a little while right there, and the energy, I don't know what happened at the half. The energy just went back to Volk.
Here's Aiden with 2 minutes to go here in this third quarter. There's Emil over to Burgo. Burgo bouncing it down. Hunter rejected down low, gets his second opportunity. He is fouled on the way up. Nice defense by Camden Warren. Hunter will shoot a pair at the line.
You know, it's not all the time that Hunter probably sees a big, athletic, strong, fast kid like, his size.
We'll take a look at this second opportunity and foul against Madison.
So Hunter gets it on the low block. Cam goes up. He blocks the first one. Goes up second time. His hands were straight up. They called it on him. I think that they meant to call it on DuBois. Pretty clean play, pretty clean basketball.
And Mike Granfield will burn a timeout after both of those shots were made by Madison. So during the first quarter, Derek, you may recall I had said that freshman guard Aiden Smith and I have history. And I remember calling these games this year saying, crying out loud, I know that name. Sure enough, as I start seeing the games, I see his father, Ryan. And check this out, Derek. This was back in 2017 for the SCYAA Opening Day South End Youth Athletic League Baseball. Opening day first pitch. It was Aiden Smith who caught my opening day first pitch back in 2017.
That poor kid, he had to go all the way out to the backstop to try to stop that pitch.
Hey, listen.
From going in.
I'm going to tell you something. I threw that kid a 12-6 curveball, all right?
Did you?
Oh, I'm a junk baller, you know what I mean?
Hey, we're not talking about wiffle ball when you're over there doctoring how the things go.
But there I am with a young Aiden Smith, and he actually has that baseball still autographed that he signed for me. It's at my desk in the New Bedford City Council chambers. Is that him too?
That's him right there.
So we have another Aiden Smith picture that Derek is pulling up. I can't send it to the truck, but wow. So both of us have history with Aiden Smith, and Aiden's next to your son right there.
Yeah, that's my son Demetrius, and those are a lot of the guys that play with me, and, we have a long history. 7 degrees of separation with Aiden Smith.
I do. I know Aiden's parents, Kelly and Ryan, and bounce pass all alone down low. The layup is up and good for Camden Morin. 43-36, and the Bears are just starting to exert their dominance down low here.
Camden Morin came alive, and then you can see the pep that Dartmouth was playing with. They're not playing with that same pep anymore.
Certainly not playing like they want
Elijah
to go to the
Montero is,
postseason.
because Elijah Montero's coming in with some energy, and there goes Aiden.
Aiden with a deep three. It's up and good. Speak of the devil.
They needed that.
He makes it a 2-possession game at 43-39.
They needed that. I think that Volk needs to keep on playing the game the way they're playing.
DuBois with a bit of artsy trickery there. The fake out and then the one-handed floater layup from the free throw line. It's good.
We call that the true bounce special.
Oh, my.
Just throw it to the sweet spot, and it'll fall where you need it.
Here's Aiden back up top to Elijah. Here's Burgo to Hunter all alone. Easy peasy. Lemon squeezy. Count it. He'll go to the line.
That's classic basketball 101. High-low, get the ball to the middle, drag the whole defense to you, and dump it down low.
I tell you, because I'm calling the play-by-play, I can't eat these Sour Patch Kids yet, but I'm calling this yellow one right here, okay?
They're all for you right now.
They're all for me.
All for you. I just wanted the blue ones.
Well, listen, my consumption is about 35 seconds away, okay? Here's Farnworth on a give and go to Morin. Morin down low. Layup rolls around and out. I thought Ramus had it. The ball is deflected out of bounds. It goes off of Hunter. It'll remain Voc Tech ball. It'll be a fresh shot clock, so Voc can actually play for the last shot here.
Ramus is notorious for the missed short layup. Got to get it in 5 seconds.
Having all sorts of trouble, we find an open shooter in Farnworth. Rolls around and out. Quick shot.
Why would you take that shot when you know you got 20 seconds to pull it out?
Plenty of
take
time.
The last shot of the half.
And now Dartmouth might play for the last shot. They do not, but it's up and good. Count it, and he'll go to the line. John Emile, a defensive breakdown for the Bears. They were caught standing around like deers in a headlight.
And Emile gets it into the middle, just spins over it. A little late on the call, but he splits the double team and he finishes. He hasn't really been doing much today, and he's coming alive right now with 4 points in the quarter.
And he ties it.
5 now.
Big free throw there. The foul goes against Cerrone Ramus, and the Bears, I would assume now, will play for that last shot.
Now you see momentum switching. It's a back and forth game.
Here's a chance now up top. Thinking about a three. 2 seconds. Farnworth, a deep one. No good. Rebound, Hunter. And that'll wrap up the third quarter of play. Stay tuned, folks. We have all the makings for a barn burner here. We're tied at 45 apiece. We'll be right back. Well, Derek, this should be a good final 8 minutes here, an exciting final 8 minutes here. I'm not sure what to expect, but what are your thoughts?
It's 0-0. It's 0-0. Somebody's season is going to be in the balance in 8 minutes. So whoever scores the most points at the end of this 8 minutes is going to be a happy. Is going to be a happy team.
Interception by Emil. Steals the pass from Farnworth. Nice dump off to Montero. He leaves it to Burgo. Shot is no good. Rebound tipped out of bounds. Goes off of Emil's hand. It'll be Voc-Tech ball.
Push on Emil in the back.
All right. As Derek said, the score may say 45-all, but it really is a 0-0 clean slate here. Who wants it the most? Does Voc want to clinch a playoff postseason berth tonight? Or does Dartmouth want to keep their season alive? Trying to go hard to the rack with the flush was Ramus. The shot was no good. And he went for that one-hand mamma jamma there, and he was fouled by Hunter on the way up. Good grief.
He got the ball. He put up a ball fake, went to the hoop, and he was he was going for his. I don't know who called him, Hunter or Aiden, but he was going to try it. So let's see.
Man.
Let's see who wins the first point. It's like the All-Star game, huh? Who wins who got the most points in the end of the thing? You know, I hate to beat a dead horse. Foul shots mean everything coming down to this time right now.
They call them free throws for a reason. And
he makes one of two.
And Cerrone's able to make one of two, and with that, Rob Delalou's going to burn a quick timeout.
Let's see what they're cooking up over there. Let's see what the chefs are cooking up. Sometimes, man, these guys get into the kitchen and they say, we're gonna make some kachoup, but they only bring the ingredients for kale soup. They leave a little bit out of it.
Sometimes it's soupage.
Sometimes it's soupage.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's just bouillon. It comes down to right now. It's gonna come down to adjusting. Who's going to adjust more? Who wants it more? You have to throw everything out the way right now. You got a couple of seniors on the Voc side, a senior on the Dartmouth side. Your season's in the balance. You got two young teams that have been sniffing the playoffs but haven't been there. This is big right now. They should be really, and this should be an intense moment for these guys. They look cool as cucumbers out there. Me, I'd be amped up right now. 724.
Well, that's why you're one of the greats of the South Coast area, right, Derek? You're one of the all-time greats.
Yeah, I'm Dutch. I wish. I'm just a regular guy, man, who wants to make sure that every young person in my area gets a chance, as everybody else does.
Absolutely, and
and come into a court and you see a bunch of young kids
Yep.
that you've been a part of their lives and they've been a part of your lives, more importantly.
And he's not giving you a line of crap either, folks. I see it. I see these kids come up to the table and they're all talking to Derek and they idolize him. And I don't mean that to sound corny. That's a layup up and good. for Madison, but that's a testament to your hard work, and you're very relatable to all these kids. That's one thing. You know, me, I'm kind of like that square old guy, but you're very relatable to them.
You have to understand, I got kids there.
There's a chance on the back end. We'll get to that point in a minute. Layup is up and good for Farnworth, and Curran has a chance for a three-point play.
Curran, a quick move off the screen roll. The help don't get there fast enough. They call the foul on Burgle.
So what were you saying about the kids?
Just coming here and being a part of all these guys. You know, a lot of these guys played in my Silk AU program. They played in my Bedford Hoops program. Like, you know, it's good coming to these gyms and being able to support the kids that, you know, that believed in you and the families that believed in you as well.
And what's important as a youth coach, and I know you know this, and, you know, it just, you've gone through all the different levels throughout your career. Hunter Madison gets hacked as he was trying to pass it up. But it's more than just basketball. It's about life, and before you know it, these kids are telling you about personal things, and you become a life coach as well.
Yeah, it's Phil Jackson's had the best quote. There's more to life than basketball, and there's more to basketball than just basketball. And there's really a lot more to basketball than just, you know, just sneakers and a ball in a hoop.
Sure, absolutely.
You know, especially when you're coaching these young kids and you're mentoring these young kids, you don't know with all the things that they go through on a daily basis.
Turnaround jumper by Bouchard's no good. We get a block on the tie-up. It'll be a jump ball. His blocking was Tyler Dubois, and Tyler Dubois, a bit of gamesmanship there, sort of pushes him down in the process. Scrappy play by Tyler Dubois. You got to appreciate that.
Yeah, you know.
The arrow goes back to Dartmouth.
They're coming in here. They're playing hard, and, you know, 47-49. You know, the clock's ticking. Win every minute.
Here's Emil. Back over to Montero. Up top to Emil. Over to Aiden. Gets double teamed, triple teamed. Finds Bouchard. 3 seconds. They have to hurry up. Emil, free throw line jumper. He gets it right at the shot clock buzzer. It's good. We're tied at 49.
I don't know why he don't shoot more.
There's a three if it's good on the corner. Taken up and in. Navito takes that lucky bounce. It's 52-49. He willed that sucker in. Here's Bouchard. Free throw line jumper, a lefty. No good. Rebound. Hunter. No. Fouled. Free throws.
Ramus.
Watching that free throw, that three-pointer by Navito, I kept thinking of like a Carlton Fisk home run. Willing it. Go in, go in, go in. And it did.
He dates my stepdaughter.
DeVito?
Yeah, he does. I'm telling you, man, I got a connection with all these kids, somehow or another.
So let's take a look at that three.
Look at this right here. Boom. That's a shooter's bounce. Look at that. Rip.
So that might be your son-in-law one day.
Hey.
We don't talk about it.
We're not going that far. Slow down.
Oh, man.
I'll stop moving furniture.
I can tell you're a tough father when it comes to girls. I can tell. Well, I'm tough too. You know, I've got a little girl, and she's my life.
It's different. It's different.
Here's Navito.
They never look for anybody on that cut.
Here's Ramus, 1-on-2, way too hard. Rebound by Emil. Emil gets tied up, no jump ball called. He was tied up by Morin, and Morin tries to steal it, but it goes off of his right leg out of bounds.
Morin was on his own press. But if you looked at it, man, if he would have just went to the hoop and tried to finish the layup instead of throwing it up, he would have ended up getting the ball.
Aiden Smith gets tripped up, and we have a timeout here by Mike Granfield. He's saying he called a timeout. He was tripped up. They're not going to give Dartmouth the timeout. We're waiting for a call. Is there a foul? It's so tough on. It's so tough on.
Did he call the timeout? Did he get the timeout?
It's so tough on.
Is it inadvertent whistle?
Let's see.
So they're gonna give Volk the ball on the baseline on the inadvertent whistle. I don't think that he called the timeout.
So it's so difficult to be able to decipher some of these controversial calls with these face masks. You can't hear them as well. You can't read lips.
No, he just blew the whistle.
I don't get that at all. But here's Farnworth with a fresh shot clock.
Elijah Montero defending. Pick coming.
Here comes Cerrone. Thought about it. Pick. A dump off to Dubois. Goes hard to the rack. Rejected by Hunter. Ball is loose. Up top. We slow it down. Here's Navito. 20-footer. Bang. Boy, he has the luck.
What's that, a true bounce rim?
He's got the luck going today, Manfredo.
That's just dying. As soon as it hits the tip of that rim, boy.
Here's Hunter, a 1-on-3.
Oh, that's a
tied
jump
up.
ball.
That's a jump ball.
Tyler Dubois got him from the back.
But that was a 3-on-1. Hunter had to pick his head up.
Yeah.
He had Mason Bouchard wide open.
Yeah, you know, but it gets tough sometimes because he puts so much on his shoulders that, you know,
you got to get it done.
He ain't kicking it out, you know. 4 minutes, 43 seconds. 6-5 with the fouls.
All right, here's Farnworth being guarded again by Montero. Montero was logging a lot of minutes here tonight.
I think that's good. You know, he brings some energy. He's a defender. He's not scared to play defense. You know, it's good to have guys out there who's not scared to play defense. We haven't seen
5 on
a
the
lot
shot
of
clock.
Dylan Gomes today.
Morin to the rack, no good. Rebound by the big man, Mason Bouchard. And it's an interesting strategy here by Granfield, Derek. We don't see Mason Bouchard out there that often, but they're countering with more big men. And there's a 3, and we're tied again. Hunter Madison, 54 all. But as I was saying, you see Mason Bouchard out there. Normally we don't see him that much, but we're trying to counter with some more big and some more size down low.
You got to counter with the beef. I think that Delalue has to go back to finding his
Rob Delalue calls a timeout.
Dubois back in the game. You got to do what works for you, man, when it's time. Hunter gets it on the wing. He was deep. He was right near the coach. Look at that. Look where he was when he shot that from. That's like NBA range.
And
right
he's
there.
fired up.
That's like NBA. He should be. They're coming back in the game, and you know they're inching their way back in this. It's a tough one. John Nunes just comes by, former Dartmouth great. He's now an official with the MIAA. He also is the JV coach up at Fairhaven. Does a great job, and PC alum. He's always at the games up there. Always at the dump.
Number 11 ranked PC.
Number 11th ranked PC. Who would have thought that when the season started, man?
I tell you,
he was going to be at the top of the
Ed Cooley's doing a great job.
Yeah, man.
He's caught a lot of heat in the past, but he's pulled it together.
College basketball is so much different now that it got past that little one and done like window of everything. Now you see more of the older teams winning, more of the the tenured teams.
Sure.
Winning, you know? All these guys that are having 4-year players. Those are the guys that are winning games that are winning national championships. Now, like, come on, Baylor. Like, who would have thought, like, 15 years ago you would say, hey, Baylor, in 15 years, Baylor's going to be a national champion.
Absolutely.
Like,
that's
oh,
correct.
Okay.
Well, we're heading to the end of this one. 3:40 to go. Here's Smith, end-to-end, no good. Rebound loose. It was deflected by Navino.
Give it up.
And we have a 1-on-3. Layup is up and good for Morin.
You got to give that ball up earlier. He's wide open. You don't wait till the last minute to give it up.
Here's Aiden. Nice play. We're tied up at 56. Not to be outdone, says Aiden. Here's Farnworth. As we approach the 3-minute mark, we're really heading down to the nitty-gritty of this thing. Here's Ramus. Nice spin move to the goal. No good. Rebound, Bouchard.
You can't make a layup.
Smith slows it down, getting it over to Elijah. Gets double teamed. Back over to Aiden. Swing it to Montero. Up top, around we go. The arc. 13 on the shot clock. 2:37 on the game. Hunter, a 3. No good. Rebound, grab. Nice box out by Ramus.
Yeah, that's
and we're going to get a foul on the floor. Hunter was way too aggressive on that one. And we are only one foul away from either side from getting into the penalty.
Try to grab on, he's on the back. He's on the backside trying to grab through the ball while the guy's pivoting. You're going to get called for that foul. You're not grabbing the ball clean, especially when you're whacking at it. 2:27 left.
Here's King.
56-56.
Matt King, who just came off the bench in substitution of Farnworth. King, a floater, blocked by Hunter. Here comes Aiden. Dartmouth has numbers if they hurry. Over to Elijah. Back over to Aiden. Thought about that three. He wanted it, did not take it. Instead, he'll take it. Free throw line. No. Rebound. Grabbed by Ramus. Out we go. Here's Morin. No. Rebound Bouchard, but a foul is going to be called, and a late one against Mason. And there'll be two shots forthcoming for Morin.
They're gonna they're gonna call the foul on Aiden Smith coming through.
Let me see here. Oh boy, you're right. Yes. That's a ticky-tacky. Oh,
ticky-tacky. He didn't get touched. Cam got one today, Jack. You got a gift. It just looked weird. He got a gift.
Makes one of two. Hunter the rebound, and
who's the foul on?
We have a foul against Vogue on the rebound by Madison.
Hold on, wait.
Wait a minute.
Hold on.
Are they calling it against Hunter?
They're calling it on Hunter Madsen.
No, wait a minute. No, they're not. It's going to be a 1-and-1. Hunter was coming up to shoot because that would make 17 fouls against Vogue. Let's take a look at the replay because no one knows what the heck's going on here.
Oh, there it is.
So Mason's hooked up with Raymond.
That was that was Madsen.
So it does go against
That's
Hunter.
Madsen. That's his fourth.
Oh boy.
On the box out, Ramus had the good box out. Madsen pushed him out of there.
Madsen and Ramus were locked up.
That's a tough one right there.
It'll be another 1-and-1, and now Madsen is in big foul trouble here with 4 personal.
That's tough, and he plays aggressive.
Can't make it, but a huge rebound and an amazing break for the Bears, and they get a fresh shot clock. Here's Farnworth. Bouncing it over to Dubois.
I would throw Tyler in the post.
See what happens here. We have a backcourt violation. Oh boy. That is certainly an avoidable turnover.
That's what happens when you want to slow down the game. Attack. You don't have to break, you ain't got guys out there. If you ain't got a play in line where you're telling them to slow down the game and you're not going to call nothing, this is.
And now Mike Granfield calls for a timeout, Derek. And boy, this game certainly, if you have a heart condition, you may not want to watch this thing. This one is going to go all the way down to the wire.
It's like, who wants to lose it more? It's like, who wants to lose the game a little bit more than the other team right now?
Well, so glad you've joined us, Ian Abreu, alongside Derek Baptiste. The 9-11 visiting Voc-Tech Bears have traveled across town lines into the town of Dartmouth to play against the Dartmouth High School Indians at 8-10. And it's all on the line here for both teams. Derek, if Dartmouth wins, they keep their postseason hopes alive. They need to get to 10 wins. They'd be at 9-10 if they were to win here tonight. If they lose, they're all done. And if the Bears win, they will now go to 10-11, and they'll be in the postseason. So an awful lot riding on the next 1 minute 40 seconds.
It's a 1-point game. It's going to come down to, it's come down to a couple of missed layups, a couple of fouls, a couple of foul shots. It's really going to come down to that right now, And Dartmouth, these guys came off the bench. Montero came off the bench, and Bouchard came off the bench. They gave a little bit more energy. They gave that boost right there that the team needed. It was flat, and we got a situation here where, one team is going to be very upset because both these teams are playing very hard.
Here's Montero to inbound just in front of us at our broadcast table.
Oh, they're tussling down there. Madsen and Ramus.
Boy.
They're and physical.
Yeah,
the season's on the line. It's going to get a little physical right now.
Ramus and Madison.
Chippy.
They're locked in. I love it.
You don't have to send two guards to the ball. That's where they get mixed up. Sending
Hunter.
too many people to the ball. Hunter wants another 3.
Yeah, he draws a double team every time he touches the ball. Here's Aiden. 15 on the shot clock. Here's Montero. Hunter, a deep 3. No good. Rebound stolen by Smith, and it's good! The rebound was grabbed by Morin, and Aiden Smith steals it away, and the Indians have a 1-point lead. Here's Navito.
It's coming down to the clutch right now. Who's going to execute better?
Morin travels.
That's a tough one.
And now Dartmouth has a great opportunity to grow their lead here. And Rob Delalou's going to burn another timeout. He's seen enough. Let's take a look at that last steal and layup by Smith.
30-foot jump shot was missed. Morin comes down, don't secure the ball. Smith takes it right away from him and finishes the layup. That could be the key play of the game. That, a couple of missed, Volk's missed 3 foul shots down the stretch here. That could be a difference in the game, but it's just, the turnovers and the bonehead mistakes. This is what it's come down to.
Well, 1 minute, 2 seconds to go here, and we'll see what happens. And you have the Indians already in the bonus with 18 fouls, and the Voc Tech Bears are at 6, so they have no fouls to give either.
No, we're in the bonus. So this is what Granfield should want right here. He should want, the ball in Smith's hands, and by the end of the play, you would want it in Matson's hands. And then Voc don't want to foul. You don't want to foul because Dartmouth's making the foul shots right now. You want to play good defense. Hopefully you get a steal and hopefully you get a stop. Their rotations just look bad, and them last few offensive possessions were just. What do we call the last few offensive possessions right there?
I don't know.
I don't know. They just.
All right. Here's John Emile to inbound right next to us. And they'll have a fresh 30 on the shot.
Oh.
Pass to Smith, goes right through his hands. He wasn't ready for it. Here's Navito. And now Voc has a chance to regain the lead. Unbelievable.
It's
Here's Farnworth. Free throw line. Drop off. Layup. It's good.
Morin.
Camden Morin. And now they're up on top, 59-58.
This is a crazy one.
What a pendulum swing. Here's Montero. And Mike Granfield, he is now going to burn a timeout with 23 seconds to go on the shot.
Emile came in and threw a bullet pass.
Let's take a look at that last bucket.
All you had to do was get it into his hands. He threw a bullet pass right into his chest.
And he wasn't ready for it. It was way too hard.
I don't know. 3 feet away, you don't think nobody's going to bullet it at you. So, it was the right pass. It was just a little. He put a little bit too much mustard on the hot dog.
And Camden Morin, just so big, just so strong.
Smart play. Navito pulled it out, got it to the guard. They drove and kicked, and that's been the theme for today. Drive the ball to the hoop, kick it. Get the open guy or get the guy on the low block, and it's 37 seconds. It's gonna come down to layups and foul shots from here on out. Like it's gonna come out to a big shot. And who's gonna make their foul shots down the stretch?
So, by your theory, the next 37 seconds should last about 25 minutes.
Yeah, we should be here. There should be another quarter. Standing room only. The Dartmouth students are standing up. The Voc students that are here are standing up.
Good crowd on hand.
Yeah.
And I got to tell you, a year coming out of COVID last year, you remember we'd have empty stands behind us. This is great to see. All right, here we go.
We'll see how this goes, man. This is the redemption time. The mistake was made. You got 37.7 seconds to make it right. Can't get mad at the kid. He's played his heart out today. He's played hard. He's kept them in it the second half. Him and Hunter just been their go-to guys.
Hunter almost gets it intercepted. Nice hustle by Ramus.
Oh.
The two of them have been locked up. And here's a 2-on-1 for the Bears. The layup is no good. It would have been an and one.
Lord, they're in the one.
The foul's
anyway.
Yes, the foul was on the floor, but regardless, it will be a 1-and-1. And Farnworth will take the shot. Let's take a look here.
Tough pass, Elijah Montero. And Elijah came in and he had that defensive spark and he played so good today. And man, and it's tough that he had that critical. We talked about a couple of critical mistakes. It could have it could go either way. There's still 28 seconds left in this game. It's crazy.
These will be huge for Farnworth. Oh, that's big. And the next one will make it. If he does make it, it'll become a full one-possession game.
This is big right now. 28.2. Who's gonna end the skid? I don't trust it. It's 28.2 seconds. We're going overtime. I don't know why. I have a funny feeling this is gonna go to a possession.
Oh, that's huge. Simple math here, folks. The Indians need a 3, or do they try for a quick 2?
26 seconds.
That's
You
your
wanna get it
dilemma.
in?
Full court press by the Bears.
Another
We have
one,
a loose
another
ball on
one.
the floor. Who wants it?
Timeout. You got to call a timeout, whoever gets it.
We have a jump ball called. Oh, no, wait a minute. One official says jump ball. One says Mike Granfield called the timeout and got it. And the timeout is awarded to Granfield. Rob Delalou's not happy. The Indians will maintain possession with 16.9. You got to give a Tommy point there to Aiden Smith, as Aiden Smith hit the deck with no regard for his own health, well-being, or safety. He was in the middle of all that muck on the ground. He grabs the ball. My, oh my.
Coming down last seconds, and you know who takes care of the ball. Aiden was off balance, tried to make the throw.
Look at him
little,
here.
Little scrum on the deck. He ends up with the ball at the end. Granfield calls a timeout.
You see the confusion.
Oh
there,
yeah. You see the 2 officials. They called it simultaneously, so you don't know. So, but you know what? the arrow was. Well, you know, if you get the arrow and it goes to Dartmouth way, you get another jump ball. It goes the Bears way. See, the thing that happens now is if we get a tie up, Dartmouth still gets an extra possession. So they get the extra possession right now. So you know they got the draw for Uno. They got the they got the Uno card.
So obviously now I asked you that question at 27 seconds. Now at 16, you're not trying for a quick 2, unless you see someone wide open off the inbound. You play it for a 3.
Well, how many? I'm lost track of the timeouts, but how many timeouts they have, because if you can get a quick 2 and get a timeout, set up your press to see if you're going to get a steal, and then get the foul. You know, you don't necessarily need a 3. Volk has not been the greatest foul shooting team down the stretch lately, so you know you might want to put somebody on the line.
Alrighty, dighty. Let's see what happens.
They need a quick one, and Volk needs a good defensive stand right here.
Last thing you do if you're Volk, you do not take a stupid foul.
Foul.
Don't touch these guys.
Oh, you know, got away
Ball's
with a double
loose.
dribble.
Aiden having more trouble, and he'll call another timeout as Granfield was barking right at it. Aiden Smith's been having some difficulties this quarter.
He
now
got
with
away with a double
travel.
dribble right now. He had a little double dribble right there, a little mix up. He thought it was going to go one way or another, you know. But you know.
Now we're getting to a point where you don't go for 2, you got to go for the 3.
You got to go for 3. You know, everybody gets mad at referees for missing stuff and not doing. You know, they don't make every call like people don't make every shot. You know, and they might have been in tough position right there to see different things, man. But you know, Aiden's played his heart out today. You want to see this end in a good way. Gets the ball. He's taking Farnworth. Farnworth is, you know, staying with it. See, right there. He caught it right there. That's where that's where Delalue was looking for the double dribble at. He didn't get the double dribble. Yeah.
That was a 2-hander, my friend. My, oh, my. Right in front of him,
he
too.
He gave him a gift. There's a lot of gifts being given away today.
Steve Cabral officiating tonight?
I don't know, man. He came in the form of Professor X. He looks like an X-Man right now, so he probably came in form and morphed into Steve Cabral. Said, I don't want to be the Fonz tonight. I want to be Professor X.
Oh boy!
Another turnover.
Pass stolen as Aiden Smith had it, lost it again, grabbed by DeVito, and DeVito will shoot at least 1 free throw, maybe 2. We'll see what out. It'll be a 2. That's right. It's a double bonus foul.
Bonus right here.
And the Volk Tech Bears.
Yeah, they're singing. There's 5.9 seconds left. This ain't a wrap. That's a tough position. You know, Hunter Matson didn't touch the ball for them last couple of possessions. They put him so far away from it. They should have just had him go to the ball and get the ball and do what he does.
Well,
and now he fouls out the game, and that's it. That's the game.
You better say a Hail Mary if you're an Indian fan, because DeVito needs to miss them both. And
no, that's not going to happen.
And good night, Irene, for the Indians tonight, unless you get a 3 and 1 and a foul.
He's one of the better foul shooters in the area.
Rob Delalue will call another timeout.
The tough part about this game is they didn't even get a chance to get a shot up. So, you know, it's one thing when, you know, you miss a shot at the end, or you miss on a couple of possessions, but on the couple of possessions that they had, they didn't even get a chance to get a shot up. So, you know, that's pretty big. That's pretty big in my eyes, man. And, you know, them wasted last couple of possessions, you know, culminated over the season. That's what happens, when you put yourself in a position where you have to win.
Well, if the Indians do fall short tonight, it certainly won't be for lack of effort. It just didn't bounce their way tonight.
No, and for Hunter fouling out. 35 points. He probably had like 35 and 20 today.
Yeah.
He probably 35 and 20.
And when the rest of your team only scores 58 combined, that's not a recipe for success.
That's not. And if you look at, what they outside of Hunter, they've only scored 16 points.
Well, here's Navito with a chance to officially sink the last nail in the coffin of the Indians.
Well, somebody's trying to make it to the tournament. That this is a grinder, and Volk's been through a few tough games, and this is typical Volk this year. But they on the positive side.
Here's
of
Montero.
Shoot.
Well, to Emil, 3, not even close. And the Volk Tech Bears come into the Carlin Lynch Activity Center, and they pull out a gutsy 63-58 victory on the road. And in doing so, Derek, they have clinched a berth in the MIAA postseason tournament. Good win here for the Bears.
Yeah, they're celebrating up over here, and their student body celebrating. They get to make it to the playoffs and extend their season. And it's tough that one group has to go home, and that's the way the ball bounces, man. When you put yourself in win a go home situations, somebody got to be the loser.
Well, Derek, there may be a girls basketball game in the tournament for us to call, depending on their seeding. We're not sure yet. We'll get back to everybody on that and stay tuned. But since this will now undoubtedly be our last boys basketball broadcast of 2022, final thoughts on this year. Not a bad season for the Indians. Again, they're going to lose 2 seniors to Aiden Yim and Will Kelly. But when you look at players like Aiden Smith and Dylan Gomes and, of course, Hunter Madison, the future is pretty bright here for this team.
They're all coming back. Know who I feel bad for? I feel bad for the kids on the JV team, knowing there's only 2 spots open come next year. There's only going to be a couple spots open come next year. So, I feel bad for them guys,
Well, Derek, final thoughts on this one again, as the Volk Tech Bears, they're postseason bound, baby. They're going to the dance.
So, and congratulations to them, and good luck to them, and I hope somebody in the house gets a call up for the tournament. Cheap plug.
Cheap plug for my
Cheap
boy.
Plug, man. Hey, man. Hey. And like I said, that this is an underachieving group with Volk. I feel like they should have did it, but you have to go through your growing pains, and you have to go through what you have to go through, and so the city of New Bedford will have somebody in the tournament this year.
Well, with the victory, the Volk Tech Bears improved to 10-11, and with the loss, the Dartmouth High Indians fall to 8-11. For my broadcast partner Derek Baptiste, for Peter Chase, and our entire production crew here, again, the final score for the final time: the Volk Tech Bears 63, the Dartmouth High School Indians 58. This is Ian Abreu saying, on behalf of all of us, so long, everybody.